So, good evening, Roman.
How are you, Rebecca? It's good to see
It's
you.
really good to see you. I haven't seen you since 2013, September 13th, actually, when you played in Murphy's in Waterford. How have you been?
It's crazy you have the exact date. I'm still amazed, really. Your memory is great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what was the question? What memory I have from Murphy's?
Yeah, what do you remember from that gig in Murphy's?
Well, I remember putting the drummer above a pool table, right? Is the pool table still there?
Yes, but the venue was actually closed down.
Oh yeah, well, because of the lockdown, yeah, sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember it was quite bizarre, but it was fun because so we were playing in the back of the bar, and there was this pool table, so we had to put the drummer because it was actually the stage, and it was part of the stage, so we had to put the drummer above the pool table, and it was so high, so we were looking down and we're like, oh yeah, I'm looking up again, so to communicate, so I have a clear memory of that bar, really, and of that evening. It was fun. Yes.
Yeah. And then you did an Irish tour in Ireland, so you were over here for about 2 weeks, was it?
Yeah, 2 weeks or so. Yeah. I think Murphy's was at the end of the tour, in my memory, or in the middle.
Middle.
Middle. Okay. I don't remember it clearly, but yeah, it was a 2 weeks touring, and it was actually our very first tour for that long. We've been like before we were touring like a couple of days and going back home and going again a couple of days, but it was the first time we were going abroad, and we were going for like 15 days altogether, and so we actually learned a lot from that tour. I mean, human wise and musical wise, of course. But yeah, and it was not easy all the time to be all together and to be one above the others. It's hard, but we had. I remember we had a lot of conversation, like band conversations, because it was hard to be locked down together. We knew what was confinement like 7 years ago already, but yeah, touring. But yeah, we learned a lot from that tour, really. And a couple of months after that, we went to Harland for like a same period of time, 15 days. And yeah, we learned from the Irish tour to improve as humans and musicians, obviously. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, that's the difficulty in being in a band. It's really easy being a solo artist, but when you're in a band, it's basically like having five different girlfriends and you have to try to keep everyone happy.
Yeah, it's hard because we are all together all the time. We don't have no intimity. And I mean, four male in a van. I mean, sometimes it just crash down. It's mental. So yeah, sometimes it's hard because conditions, they're not so good all the time. We're just seeing the same persons every day. So yeah, at some point there is argues, but we learned from the talking we had, and we improved as humans, and we're still playing all together. We are the same band now after seven years, so I guess we improved. Yeah.
So all that's really changed is your name. I still have your CD
Yeah, that's great. And
and
and,
the
and the button.
badge.
Great. You look good. You look amazing with it.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, I really loved.
so what's the
Yeah, I
question?
really. Sorry. There's a delay. I really loved having you guys here in Waterford, and I'd love to have you back in Ireland soon. And hopefully in the future we can work on maybe doing another Irish tour. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, we need to set it up. Really, I would love to. Really. So
Yeah, and I would love to.
when this whole mess is over, we're definitely gonna plan it. I mean, we had this conversation before. We were trying to schedule something together, and I mean, you are great with us because you are ready to help. So thanks again for that, because it's precious. Really, it is precious. Help is precious. And well, this whole mess is of course changing the plans, I guess. But when is this? Yeah, but when this is all coming to reality, we're gonna discuss this again, definitely.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what's life in confinement over in France?
Well, this is it's mental, like you said this afternoon. It's mental. Well, this is the only the beginning. So we need to get used to it. We actually don't have much to do instead of staying home. We have authorization to step out for sportive exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, so we there's actually many people that are becoming sportive, which is crazy because at some point they're gonna, for sure, they're gonna make all the rules even harder because people are going out anyway. And I went out this afternoon a little bit walking near home on my neighborhood, and there was actually a lot of people running around and a lot of walkers, and I was quite surprised. I had my paper, I had my authorization, like, okay, sport exercise. Okay, I'm just walking, I'm not running, but yeah, it's been like 3 days lockdown without going out. So I was like, okay, I need to step just, for like half an hour. I'm staying away from people and I'll try to respect the rules and stuff. But yeah, I'm afraid that it's going to get harder, all the conditions. It probably will because people are going on anyway. I mean, I understand that it's hard when you are locked down in a small apartment and the weather is amazing. It was like raining for 15 days before the confinement, and as soon as we have to stay locked down, I mean, boom, sun is shining, sky is blue, 20 degrees outside. It's really hard to stay home, but yeah, it's the only beginning. So we need to we need to keep the faith and I'm a solitary confined, so it's hard because I'm talking to my plants, and when I see a bird, I'm like, hey, stay with me, talk to me. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. And
yeah.
then you're doing loads of live streams. They're beautiful, Roman. So how's that going
Thank
for
you.
you?
Well, it was my second live stream today ever. I never done a live stream before, so I'm just discovering the whole project. It's actually quite as I said in French, yeah, I'm amazed, I'm surprised that how people like it, because to me it's actually way easier to do a live stream. I mean, I just need to push on the button. I mean, get in front of the camera, pick up my guitar, and playing a few chords. It's actually quite easy. And when I go with my band to a show, I need to load the van, I need to unload the van, set up the gear, sound check, do a concert, go home late. I mean, it's way more tiring. And there's something very easy about it to stay home, push a button, and do a live stream. When people really enjoy it, it's because I guess it's breaking a little bit the solitude, and it's breaking mine as well. So yeah, that's really easy. It's really something we can do actually. I mean, it doesn't cost much of energy. And so yeah, I did a 1 hour live stream today, and I probably will do another one in a couple of days. I don't want to do it every day because I don't want to get people fed up of it. And it still needs to be something happening and doing a live stream and people all gather. I hope they will.
Of course.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
like I was saying, I
Sorry.
did my first comedy stand up in 6 months in the house on my own the other day,
But
but
you
it
have to
was
do it
really
live. You have
weird.
to do it live stream as well.
I'll have to do a live stream next time. I just don't know how comedy live streaming is going to work.
Yeah, but you're gonna discover it. And so, at least you can interact with people. They can comment, and you're not alone totally. Which is good.
I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe
try.
the next one I'll try to do a live one.
I mean, I'll tune in.
Merci. I'd like that very much.
Yeah, well, I promise I'll tune in.
So then the three musical questions I had for you, like in the last interview, because we did this in French and now we're doing it in English.
Yeah.
What was the first song you fell in love with as a child?
Well, it's hard to pick up just one song, like a very, like I have old memories, but it's hard to pick up one song. But as I said in French, I have a old memory of me being like, I don't know, 10 years old, maybe less, I don't know, dancing around on a Zucchero song. I don't know if you know Zucchero good in Ireland. I don't know how big it is. Yeah.
I do, because I'm a quarter Italian, but
Yeah, cappuccino, yeah, cappuccini, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I don't know how big it is in Ireland, Zucchero, but it's really famous in France, and I mean even bigger in Italy, of course. But yeah, I remember dancing around on that on a song which I don't remember the title, but it was on like it was probably in the 90s. So there was this album, an old album, and I remember there was a rooster on the cover, on the white cover, and he was like laying against the wall with his guitar and a rooster, and it was like probably track 6 or 7, and you could hear the rooster singing at the beginning of the song, and then it was some guy shredding the guitar, and it was going up tempo, and I was dancing around, and I feel like listening to that song again now. That's probably what I will first at the end of this interview. So
I will go send me that song so we
yeah,
can
I
go
will.
listen to it together.
I will. It was a crazy good song, actually. Yeah.
And that's what music is, though. It's memories. It brings you back to places. That's why it's so important. That's why your live streams are so important. That's why the gigs we put on are so important. That's why talking about the songs we love is so important, you know?
No, well, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate it really. Yeah.
The first song you fell in love to, which meaning that brings you back to the memory of a girl, which was that song?
Well, as I said in French, I have a song that brings me back to a girl, and because she's still a singer, and we used to sing this song together, and it's a Jack White song out from his solo album, and it's called Hippopotamus Poor Boy, and I mean, instantly fell in love with that song when I heard it. It's a brilliant song. I love it really, and I probably will listen to it again as the Zucchero song at the end of this interview. Hippopotamus Poor Boy. Oh, it probably will bring me back too many memories. So yeah, it brings me back to a beautiful girl, and so yeah, I'm hooked up with that memory that is called Hippopotamus Poor Boy, Jack White. Check it out.
I will check it out after this interview. And the last question before I let you go, and thank you so much for doing the interview.
Oh, thanks.
Because it's kept me busy.
I got plenty of time anyway, so we can do an interview daily if you want to.
Oh, brilliant. We can talk about the songs that we liked that day.
Let's do that.
But you can call me anytime as well if you're bored, because I'm at home with the child,
Oh, yeah.
So I'll take calls.
Then I will. Don't say that too loud.
Just saying. You're actually my friend. It's okay for us to talk.
Okay. We can break each other's solitude, by calling, from time to time. And I appreciate that, definitely.
Yeah, that's good, actually. And then I'll watch more of your live streams and you'll watch my comedy and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll comment, encourage you.
Merci de tout cœur.
So, pleasure.
The song that you're most in love with at the moment, which I love the answer to you, because it seems to be everyone's answer.
At the moment, I'm really into Billie Eilish, which is very different than what I do, but I think it's really modern and it's really fresh. There's something about this girl which is great, and I'm also very much into the production because I'm still doing albums, and so I'm really interested in how to sound different and how the others do actually. And she's very original with it. I like the way she treats her voice by adding lots of different layers to her vocals with different harmonies, with short notes, and really something. She sings really low. She doesn't push, and it's really different than what I hear most of the time. And there's something about this girl, and she's only 17. Wow, you're like, okay, what the fuck?
Not fair.
It's not fair at all. It's not fair at all. No, I really like this girl, and I'm really into Bad Guy. This song.
White shirt, great.
Yeah, the really good song. And the way she treats her vocals, with many different layers, and it's brilliant. It's really brilliant. She's great.
I agree. I really, really love her stuff at the moment. And I've been listening to all your stuff on YouTube, trying to get ready for the potential of you guys coming back over here, and I'm loving that too. So fair play for keeping going. After 10 years, that's big.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's a hard way, but we still need to keep faith, and as long as we can do this job, it's I'm gonna do it. But I mean, I can't complain. I'm still making a living of my own songs, though there is hard times, of course, because I mean, you try. I mean, it's hard to find concerts. You need to be writing the songs, finding the concerts, trying to raise money for making an album, and you do it every year. So you're actually getting poor, and yeah, well, it's a hard way, but I can't complain. I mean, I'm still doing what I like to do. I'm still busy writing songs, so that's the most important to me.
Well, if you're doing what you love, you're not really working.
Yeah,
It's
well,
hard.
there is actually some parts of my job which I don't like to do. Like, I mean, seeking concerts, it's hard. It's like pushing on the iron door. Trying to open it. Because you send maybe like 100 emails. You try to get the phone call, and for one concert only. Maybe. If you don't have no cancellation because of coronavirus. Which which is happening now actually. Yeah. So yeah, but there is a lot of there is some parts of the job which are difficult, but I mean, the goal of my life would be that I would be only busy with writing songs and making productions and being in studios and being on the road and making concerts. And if I'm only busy with that in the future, then I made it in my way. I made it my way.
But you know what? You're doing what you love. You're really good at it. Everyone's enjoying the live streams. Yes, the current lockdown situation in France is a lot worse than what I have here in Ireland at the moment. And that's just at the moment, because I think we're going to be in the same situation as you guys soon. You guys can't leave the house without a letter, whether it's to do sports or go to the shop. My parents are in the same situation because they live in Brittany. So, like, I know exactly what's ahead of us.
Oh, we're in
But
Brittany.
I thought, Duo, dans la Côte d'Armor.
Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, well, so you're quite aware with everything that's happening here, Yeah, you got. Yeah, well, I think it's coming to you. I'm afraid so, Still, I don't know what's your medical capacity, because it also a lot depends on that, But it's actually rising up everywhere, and it's coming from south to north, and it's worth in Spain, it's worth in Italy, and maybe it's gonna be like that here in like a week or so. And I'm afraid that it's coming up to you as well. And so enjoy being outside. If you have sunlight, enjoy it, because there will probably be some lockdown quite soon, I'm afraid. So, which I don't know. I hope not, but I mean, I'm afraid so.
Well,
So
look, most people are self-quarantining and they seem to be taking this very mindfully and appropriately. So people are being cautious and aware because we don't really have the medical facilities in place. But what's really interesting about this interview is you're talking to me from a country that's already in lockdown, whereas I'm talking to you from a country that's just about to be. And I think that a lot of the listeners, or a lot of people that are going to be watching this evening in Ireland, in Waterford, or wherever this interview ends up going, are going to find it very interesting to see the differences between the different stages. Like, as I said to you in the French interview, I have a lot of family in the north of Italy. I'm terrified most of the time because they're all in their 70s, So it's very difficult. I can't be in touch with them all the time. They're in the part that's really affected by this. Then I have family in France. Then I have friends like you in France. I have so many friends in France. I grew up in France. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know you did. Yeah, it's crazy what's happening, and it's worldwide, which makes it even more incredible. And well, I still don't know what to think of it, and I'm trying to take it with a lot of philosophy and stay home and to try to respect the rules. But yeah, let's be clever with it, because if it's a worldwide problem, it means that there is really something to deal with. And well, you are a clever you are clever people in Ireland. You are actually self quarantine, and people here in France are still jogging, and don't they need the paper, and there is, you can get a ticket if you don't have the paper, like more than €100, which is crazy, just for
Yeah,
being
it's
outside.
€136.
Yeah, exactly, just for being outside with no specific reasons. So yeah, well, yeah, enjoy the little moments you still have from liberty, because we're gonna for sure a few weeks lockdown at home, and I know it's hard, but maybe it's just maybe we need to go through this to get rid of that virus. It's It's crazy, but yeah, good luck to the Irish people. I love you, and I hope to see you when this whole mess is over as soon as possible. We're gonna work on that with my good friend Rebecca, and we're gonna make it happen. I promise. And well, let's send each other a lot of love. We need it.
Yeah, we do. Like, and as I said, we call each other, we just both stay very creative, use this time wisely, like do the things that we don't usually have the time to do.
Yeah.
Spend it creating and being positive and actually maybe relaxing a bit and taking things a bit slow. You know, it's there for that. Or it's what you make of it. Life is what you make of it. You can decide that that's not what you want to do, or you can actually do something productive with it.
Yeah, well, I have nothing to add to this. You know, it's absolutely perfect. You know, I
Yeah.
should call you really often.
You can. You have me on Skype
I
now.
will. Now. I got your Skype name now.
Ok. Ben, merci pour l'appel. Thank you so much for the call. I will
Well,
talk to you soon.
thanks to you. Good luck to the Irish people. I love you, and we will come to you as soon as we can.
À bientôt, à bientôt.